What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. A little bit different this one because you can see this is a YouTube video with my YouTube video playing in the background, but I did a YouTube video yesterday. If you've not seen it, it'll be in the links down below in the description, about a brand new game mode coming to the Chinese version of the Division 2. Before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And this will probably be one of the last videos I do about the Chinese version of the Division 2. Now, just before Christmas, to quickly unravel the whole story, Julian did a video and said he was proud to bring the Division 2 to the China market. And we saw all kinds of things that were a little bit different come into the game. There was like a Halloween special, there was a Christmas special, the area outside the White House was themed and they had way different cosmetics than we did and things like that. And it was a bit controversial around the Division community because people are like, why can't just everybody have all of this stuff? Now, time kind of passed, Christmas came and went, and then yesterday I got sent a video of a brand new game mode. And if I flick on in my video, you can see here there's an example of the the cosmetics that they were getting that are very different to what we get. But if I flick on to kind of this bit here, you can see here that they've got the Hornet Manhunt. Obviously it's in Chinese, and they've got this new area here in the middle. And if the video does play on, if I've not got it paused, there you go, you can see it's a whole new different area and a whole new game mode. It looks like it's a wave based game mode. You complete the waves and you get rewards at the end. But there was a few things that popped up in my comments after making this video that I thought was probably really worth highlighting, and probably why this will be the last video that I make on the Chinese version unless I decide to play the Chinese version, which I don't think potentially be that easy. If anyone has played the Chinese version or got a way of playing it, let me know in the comments down below. It might be something that I do. I love the Division. I want to play as much stuff as I possibly can, so it might be interesting to see if you could actually play it. But I'm going to scroll down into these comments, and I'm going to go right to the bottom because there's one really early doors. And we'll just kind of scroll through and we'll find them. So this person thought it was clickbait. It was kind of gross. I mean, I know, you're a YouTuber, you got to make that money. So let me just find it where we went to here. So I know there was something with technical reasons. Because obviously there's no next gen version of the Division 2. It's classed for the older PlayStation and Xbox generation. But anyway, maybe that's not what's actually it. So this person here went, it's a different game made by a different studio, made for a different market, and it has nothing to do with consoles and whatnot. A version of the game probably has about 50 people working on it, while the Chinese version probably has a studio of hundreds of devs working on it. Now, I don't know where they've got any of these details from. If anyone's got any concrete info, I would love to see it. Dodd chipped in just earlier on saying Ubisoft as a company is worth 2.71 billion. Division 2 China is owned by Tencent, who's owned by 2.73 trillion. So obviously it makes sense that that Tencent have a huge amount of money. But let's see if we can find some of the more interesting ones. Here we are. So Jeffrey here has a wife that's Chinese, and he said, bro, we aren't getting anything from the Chinese version of the Division 2. It's exclusive to China's version of the game. The Chinese Division 2 game was built from scratch. Because of the laws in China, no government type buildings can be shown in Chinese games. So any game mode or clothing item, weapon, skin, etc. will not be in the Division we play. I know this because my wife is Chinese, yes, from China, and she told me that. Now, I was aware, actually, I saw this on various Twitter comments, that the government type buildings, and there were certain laws and restrictions about what's allowed to be in a game over there, but I just assumed that it would be Division 2 with all that stripped out and very generic buildings put in its place. I really didn't think that it would be classed as a completely different game, and that seems to be the point that we are getting to. If I scroll further up here, there was another comment, and this is probably the most interesting of them all, was from a good friend, Morton Ryberg. Now, he doesn't work for the Division anymore, so there's no point trying to pester him in DMs or anything like that. But he put, it's two different dev teams running the separate things. Also, because obviously I mentioned about splitting the PC version off from the consoles, potentially to give PC, you know, maybe a little bit of an advantage of stuff that they can get that the consoles can't handle. But also you cannot split the development of the consoles and the PC as they use the same master. If you're going to split that up, you would need a new dev team so that that can be handled. My best advice would be to forget about the Chinese version, as basically it's a new game developed for that specific market. And I said, obviously, I thanked him for the info. And obviously, again, just to reiterate, he put there, be aware that I don't know how they run things. I'm not part of anything Ubi. They speak of how it's normally done. Obviously, he worked in the industry for years and years and years and years and years before he became anything to do with the division. And it just, that, you know, there's a few other comments if you ever scroll through it, like I said, that are interesting. But that tends to be the gist of it all, is that, you know, something's obviously happened at some point because all these assets are the same, but it's transferred to, you know, another team. They built it up because it's more of a paywall. It's kind of a pay to win kind of a not just skin to win. You know, you can buy weapons and, you know, and things like that. The stats are all very, very different. So it's obviously been, you know, taken from what it was, built up into that kind of game and run by a completely separate team at Tencent. And obviously due to the size and scale of it, they're able to throw in these kind of events, but it's not really our Division 2. It's a different Division 2. It's a different game, and unfortunately it's just not one that is probably easily accessible for us to play, and certainly isn't cross-compatible with anything that we have already done in the original version of the game. So I probably won't cover Chinese Division 2 anymore. Like I said, not unless I end up playing it and I find it, you know, compelling to make videos on it, but I really don't think that I will. I don't think I've got the time to do that and the regular Division 2 game. But yeah, that's going to be it. If you've got any more interesting comments about it or know anything extra about it, please do put it in the comments down below. If there is anything else Chinese Division 2 you want me to cover, do let me know, but I think it's probably better just to let this one lie. It's not the same team. It's like saying, why can't we have Street Fighter assets in this one or whatever. I know that's a little bit extreme from a fighting game to this, but it is literally a different game, and unfortunately it's just not going to happen for us by the sounds of it. But we can live and we can dream, and you never know what might happen in the future. That's going to be it. I've waffled on far too long. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.